Hello and welcome to another AIM recipe demo. I'm Michelle, your nutrition educator. AIM stands for the Agricultural Institute of Marin, a 501c3 nonprofit organization that operates multiple certified farmers markets in the San Francisco Bay Area. AIM's mission is to educate, inspire, and connect communities, responsible farmers, and producers as part of a healthy, earth-friendly, equitable local and regional food system. Check out our website at www.agriculturalinstitute.org to learn more about where you can find an AIM market or our mobile market, the Roland Route. Let's get started. Today we'll be making summer squash with leeks and walnuts. This is a great recipe because it uses seasonal summer squash, and you can use any variety that you find at the market. It also uses leeks, which are a little bit milder than onions, and they add a great flavor. The dish also has walnuts, which brings a heartiness and adds in healthy fats as well as protein and more fiber. And with 2 vegetables and a protein, we get to cover 2 sections of my plate. On top of the nutritional aspect, I especially like this recipe because it's quick and it comes together easily in 1 skillet and 1 bowl. Let's talk about the ingredients. So for our dressing, we're going to be using our walnuts, lemon juice, some garlic, and some oil. For the veggies, all we're going to do is saute some squash and the leeks. And at the end, we're going to add a little bit of chopped parsley to add freshness. And since parsley is basically a green, we're even going to get some bonus veggies. The only tools we'll need are a skillet, a bowl, a colander for the leeks, which I'll talk about in a minute, a knife for chopping, and a spoon for mixing. And with that, we're ready to get started. There is a little bit of prep that you'll want to get ready before putting everything together. So you'll see here that I've already chopped the walnuts and the parsley. I've also chopped the squash into 1/2-inch size pieces. So summer squash comes in a lot of different shapes. So the shape that you chop the squash depends on the type. For example, for zucchini, you'd cut it into half moons. For round squash, you might cut them into triangles or quarters. The most important thing is that you want to get them about the same size so that they cook evenly. For the leeks, you're actually just going to use the bottom white and light green parts, and I've sliced each leek in half and then I cut them into half moons. The important thing about leeks is that you'll need to wash them right before using, and this is where the colander comes in. The easiest way to clean leeks is to chop them and then put the chopped pieces into a colander. And then we're going to put the colander into a bowl of water. And then we're just going to swish them around a little bit. And that's going to remove a lot of the grit. And then we're just going to rinse them under water. Now that we have the ingredients prepped, I've heated the skillet to medium-low. And now we're going to put the chopped walnuts into this dry skillet that's heating on medium-low. This is going to slowly toast the walnuts. Keep an eye on the walnuts. It only takes about 3 to 5 minutes and is a thin line between toasted and burned. A good rule of thumb is to take them off the heat as soon as you start to smell them. Once the walnuts are off the heat, we're going to put them directly into the bowl. We're going to add a tablespoon of the oil, the lemon juice, and the garlic. And we're just going to give this a little bit of a stir. Now these can hang out while we move on to the next step. All right, in the same skillet where we toasted the walnuts, we're gonna add the rest of the oil. We have turned the heat up to about medium-high, and then we're going to go ahead and add the squash and our cleaned leeks. And we're just gonna give this a little bit of a stir. And we're just going to let this hang out for 8 to 10 minutes. We just want to get the vegetables a little bit soft and tender, so they're just a little bit easier to eat. Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes and the squash and the leeks look great. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the heat. And now we're just going to add these to the bowl with the walnuts and the dressing, and we'll stir it all together. Finally, we'll add the parsley and we'll just give that one last stir. And here's our finished recipe. So some tips to keep in mind. First, remember that you can always mix and match different types of summer squash. This means you can use whatever you find at the market, and it's a great opportunity to try new types of squash that you may not have seen before. Next, substitutions are always great to think about. For example, if you don't have leeks, try using onions or even shallots. You could try different types of nuts like almonds or pecans to see if there's one you like even better than walnuts. Finally, if you want to turn this into an even heartier meal, you could add chopped chicken breast, tofu cubes, or beans, any of which would boost the nutrition even more. And as always, feel free to make this dish your own. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you for joining me for another recipe demonstration using seasonal ingredients that you can find at Ames Farmers Markets. Keep checking Ames' website for new videos of local farms and interviews with farmers growing your food. We hope to see you online and in person at your local market, and we're looking forward to sharing more with you very soon.